Ever been on a crucial business call, only to have it break up like a bad radio signal because of your Wi-Fi? You're not alone. And if you're thinking about using 8x8 cloud-based communication platform, one of the biggest questions on your mind is probably, does 8x8 actually work on Wi-Fi? I mean, seriously, can you ditch the landline and rely solely on those wireless ways for your business communication? Let's face it, Wi-Fi is everywhere. We're used to streaming videos, browsing the web, and even making casual video calls. But business communication is a different beast. It demands reliability, clarity, and consistency. You can't afford dropped calls, garbled audio, or frozen video when you're closing a deal or supporting a customer. So naturally, the idea of running your entire business communication system on Wi-Fi raises some serious concerns. Now, you might be thinking, well, Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi, right? Not quite. Wi-Fi networks vary wildly in quality and performance. Your home Wi-Fi might be perfectly fine for streaming Netflix, but it might struggle with the demands of a business-grade communication system like 8x8. Factors like network congestion, router capabilities, and even the physical layout of your space can significantly impact Wi-Fi performance. And let's not forget about the elephant in the room, bandwidth. 8x8, like any VoIP, voice over Internet protocol service, relies on your internet connection to transmit voice and video data. If your Wi-Fi network doesn't have enough bandwidth, or if it's being shared with other bandwidth-intensive applications, you're going to experience problems. Think about it. Multiple people on video calls, downloading large files, and streaming high-definition content all at the same time? That's a recipe for Wi-Fi chaos. So the short answer to the question, does 8x8 work on Wi-Fi? It depends. It can work, and for many businesses, it works perfectly well. But it's not as simple as flipping a switch and expecting flawless performance. You need to understand the factors that affect Wi-Fi quality and take steps to optimize your network for 8x8. Let's dive into those factors, shall we? First up, we have bandwidth. Think of bandwidth as the highway for your internet traffic. The more lanes you have, the more traffic can flow smoothly. 8x8 recommends a minimum of 100 kbps per concurrent call for audio and 300 kbps for video. But that's just the bare minimum. Ideally, you want to have plenty of headroom to avoid congestion. To figure out your bandwidth, you can run a speed test online. There are many free tools available that will measure your download and upload speeds. But remember, speed is just one piece of the puzzle. You also need to consider latency and jitter. Latency is the delay in transmitting data packets. Think of it as the time it takes for your voice to travel from your microphone to the other person's speaker. High latency can result in noticeable delays, making conversations feel awkward and disjointed. Jitter, on the other hand, is the variation in latency. It can cause choppy audio and video, making it difficult to understand what's being said. Both latency and jitter are crucial for real-time communication like 8x8. Ideally, you want to keep latency below 150 milliseconds and jitter below 30 milliseconds. You can check these metrics using online tools or by contacting your internet service provider. Next up, we have router quality. Your router is the heart of your Wi-Fi network. A cheap or outdated router can significantly impact performance. Look for a router that supports the latest Wi-Fi standards, such as Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 6E. These standards offer faster speeds, improved capacity, and better performance in congested environments. Also, consider the range of your router. If you're using 8x8 in a large office, you might need multiple access points to ensure consistent Wi-Fi coverage. Mesh Wi-Fi systems can be a great solution for this, as they create a seamless network that covers a wider area. Another critical factor is network congestion. If your Wi-Fi network is being shared with many devices, it can become congested, leading to poor performance. This is especially true if you have bandwidth-intensive applications running on the same network. To minimize congestion, you can prioritize traffic using quality of service (QoS) settings on your router. QoS allows you to prioritize certain types of traffic, such as VoIP, over others, such as file downloads. This ensures that 8x8 gets the bandwidth it needs to function properly. And let's talk about interference. Wi-Fi signals can be affected by interference from other electronic devices, such as microwaves, cordless phones, and even other Wi-Fi networks. This interference can cause signal degradation and drop connections. To minimize interference, try to keep your router away from other electronic devices. You can also change the Wi-Fi channel on your router to a less congested channel. Most modern routers offer automatic channel selection, but you can also manually select a channel using a Wi-Fi analyzer tool. Now let's get practical. How can you optimize your Wi-Fi network for 8x8? First, start by running a speed test and checking your latency and jitter. If your results are poor, contact your internet service provider to see if they can improve your connection. Next, upgrade your router if necessary. Look for a router that supports the latest Wi-Fi standards and has good range. Consider a mesh Wi-Fi system if you need to cover a large area. Configure QoS settings on your router to prioritize 8x8 traffic. This will ensure that 8x8 gets the bandwidth it needs, even when the network is congested. Minimize interference by keeping your router away from other electronic devices and changing the Wi-Fi channel if necessary. And finally, consider using a wired Ethernet connection whenever possible. A wired connection is always more reliable than a wireless connection. If you have the option, connect your computer or phone directly to your router using an Ethernet cable. Now you might be thinking, okay, I've optimized my Wi-Fi network. But what about 8x8 itself? Are there any settings I can adjust to improve performance? Yes, there are. 8x8 offers a range of settings that you can adjust to optimize performance for your network. For example, you can adjust the audio and video codecs to reduce bandwidth consumption. You can also adjust the frame rate and resolution of your video calls. 8x8 also offers a feature called Quality of Service QoS tagging, which allows you to prioritize 8x8 traffic on your network. This feature is especially useful in congested environments. In addition to these settings, 8x8 provides a range of tools and resources to help you troubleshoot Wi-Fi issues. Their support team is also available to assist you with any questions or problems you may encounter. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.